Hello everyone and welcome to my new, this time, building tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build your own homemade silent air compressor. First of all, let's begin with the theory. The first thing you must get is an air compressor, or else it calls the motor. For this we will use a freezer compressor from an old fridge or buy a used one. Caution, the motor has to be degassed. If you don't know how, ask a refrigerative expert. The next thing is the air tank. The easiest ready-made tank is the air tank with a pure oxygen or nitrogen. The one I used is a tank from an air brakes of a truck. Then we need an air pressure stat. This will adjust the pressure at the air tank. A high-pressure plastic tube, at least 10 bar, which connect the motor with the air tank. A one-way valve which prevents the air pressure to go back to the motor. A simple plastic tube from the one-way valve to the air pressure stat, which will relieve the motor when the preferable pressure reached. One safety relief valve. One drain valve. One manometer, about 10 bar, so we can see the pressure. One fine pressure regulator with air filter to trap the moisture. And finally a 3 bar small manometer. The base is one of the most important things, is that will help you keep your air compressor steady. At this point you have to arrange the position of the compressor and the tank. Usually there are two ways, side by side, or at the bottom side the air tank and at the top the air compressor. I preferred the side by side order and I ended with a base like this, easy on design and build. Another idea is to take an old computer tower, place them all together inside, manometer on the front, and there it is. And now it's the time I have to warn you to take care of your safety, and I'm not responsible if you get harmed, burned alive, explode, or other similar things. So be aware! For the air compressor we choose to use a freezer motor, and we choose it for a one mainly reason. It is silent. We can either buy one or use one from your old refrigerator. Again, be aware on how to degas it. At this video I mainly want to show you all the stages to have the main idea and not to tell you what exact rocker I used. So we attach the air compressor to the base and we begin with the first piece. We apply a rocker to the bronze tube so as to create trending. Then we connect the one-way valve. The one-way valve allows the air to go only one way and not to go back. With this valve we prevent the high pressure to go back to the air compressor. When the pressure reaches at the preferable pressure, the air pressure stat will cut the power and the pressure will be relieved from the upper part of the valve. All the parts are connected together with Teflon tape to prevent the air leaks. Keep in mind that we use Teflon tape that is intended only for air tools and not for plumbing. This is because Teflon for plumbing cannot hold much pressure or tightening. We put together one more rocker to the tube. This is a high pressure plastic tube and can hold at least 10 bars pressure. With this one we will connect the one-way valve to the air tank. And because I know you are going to ask it, I use so many different rockers and connectors because these I had to my toolbox. As I already told you before, there are no meaning to tell you what the exact rocker or connector I used because every local store sells what it has. But if I can recommend you something, is to prefer connectors in inch and not in metric. The metric ones are made mainly for trucks and professional uses. For this reason they are overpriced. As you may already understand, you began with the thread that the air tank has, and then you buy similar rockers and connectors to connect the other parts together. The air pressostat is the brain of the compressor. It gives electric power to the compressor when it starts, and when the air tank reaches to the air pressure that we want, cuts the power off. This one is already adjusted at the 8 bars. This pressostat also relieves the pressure of the compressor through the tube from the one-way valve. Because it's easier for the building process, we start by connecting a simple tube to the pressostat. We continue by connecting the safety valve to the pressostat. This safety valve is ready-made adjusted at 12 bars. This means that if there will be a problem at the pressostat and will not cut off, the valve will relieve our air tank safely. To make our life easier, we connect now some of the rockers. We install the pressostat to the air tank and we adjust its final position. We connect the small tube that relieves the pressure to the one-way valve. The next step is to connect the power cables to the pressostat. The pressostat is in fact a switch, and in this way we will connect it. We begin by removing the top cap, take the compressor cables, fray them and connect them to the pressostat. The fridge compressor works with AC power. This means that we don't care which cable has the positive and which has the negative, as the power switches 50 times per second. So the blue and the brown cable has the power, and the yellow with the green stripe is the ground. We connect the ground at the back and at the front the power cables. At the same exact order we connect the plug cables. We plug in again the top cap of the pressostat and we connect the manometer. This one is a 14-bar manometer. The final part is the pressure regulator. This regulator has attached an air filter to capture the moisture before the moisture goes to your airbrush. Also, a 3-bar manometer will be handy. Finally, something that I couldn't videotape is connecting the drain valve to the bottom of the air tank. With this valve you can remove the moisture that has gathered to the air tank. If all goes right, you will end with an air compressor like this. And it will sound like this. That's all for today. I hope to give you the basic building plan. If you have any questions, feel free to ask or visit my blog to read the whole article. So, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!